So let's talk about the tools that we'll be using. So first, the layer tool. We'll be using the layer tool, which is on the right side here. We'll be creating new layers, like a number of layers, just to help get kind of this layering effect. And then the different colors that you see are all from the gradient tool. But the reason why I like using Illustrator more is because I'm not sure if Photoshop has the same effect with gradients, but they have this mesh tool in Illustrator that kind of becomes very wavy, and I like using that a lot. And then, since this is just a type poster, we won't be playing with the images or any image. We'll be using the type tool, like that, the letters and numbers. And oh yes, the most important thing here are the blend modes. So here are all the blend modes, and I'll try to explain them later, but I promise no joke. Okay, this is what I made. This is like for my internship, where we kind of had to make like a type poster that showed off our personality. And I guess this was also like my first experiment with this type of style. And basically, it's just a lot of layering and kind of something more grungy, more street, and more distressed. But like still more fun, like with all the bright colors. First, we have to know what color palette we want to use because, okay, here you'll see this is the mesh tool. Here, I'll show. When you create a shape, you kind of just choose what colors you want. And it's important to kind of like know the color palette you wanna, because this will be like your base for everything, and everything after will be affected by this base. So you have to really establish your palette in the start, and this is where like the gradients come in already. Because here, like I'm using the mesh tool right now on this square, and you can see how I can move around this point with the mesh tool, and I can kind of choose any color. And yeah, that's basically how I got this on the left side. And yeah, it's really up to you how you want to do your background. What I did naman, I placed like 2 rectangular boxes just so that there's like a little kind of more playful feel to it. So it's just not like one entire stretch, and this part might end up looking like a fold, like a paper fold. So yeah, that's your first step. Other thing you have to know, let's like get this over with, the blending modes. Okay, so TBH, these are all so confusing, but I don't know, after reading about it, it's pretty cool because apparently all of these use math. And I'm bad at math, but here we have the blending modes are divided into different groups. So we have the normal group, which is like normal, and there's the solve, but that's like is it here? I don't know. But anyways, we have the normal one where it doesn't affect anything. This is where it's like it stays as is, and then we have the darken group where it kind of it's like the opacity changes on top of it. And I mean, not like the others don't, but then okay, I'll explain that. The light, there's like the other groups because there's like the lighten group, and this one it gets lighter. Wait, actually, no, I'll put a little text so you get it. So here we have multiple. Oh wait, yeah. Okay. We have multiple. Okay, this I'll show you how it looks normal. So let's go back. Normal, it's blue. This is like no change. It doesn't blend to the background or whatever. And then we have multiply, and we also have darken and color burn. And these ones basically kind of blend more to the background and have more, they have more contrast to it. And then we also have this other group, the lighten screen and color dodge. So this naman, it's the opposite of that other group. It's really like more on the brighter side. So yeah. Okay, that's basically it. But yeah, basically what I used for like my poster was color burn, color dodge, and overlay. Like those three were the most important. So color burn is darker than multiply. It's highly saturated, midtones, and reduce highlights. So this one's different from multiply because this one's like the best mode for darkening, and it doesn't consider. Oh, it's this one considers the other tones, if I'm not mistaken. See, this is color burn where you kind of see where it gets like a gradient because of the different colors behind. But if it were multiply, it's very flat. So you can see how the different blend modes really, differentiate. And I like color burn just because it blends more. And then the opposite of color burn is color dodge. But that's why it's important to know like your base, because every color gets affected, and it's more of like a trial and error. Like I really don't like it. Like it really is trial and error with the colors. You can't really tell until you've tried it, like what works with the background. So that's why it's good to establish your base. Anyways, that's it. That's like what you have to know. And here, I'll go through the steps. So, like I've mentioned, you have the base BG, and this is like the most important thing to establish first, because like the different blend modes will be affected by just this background. And then, since we're doing a type poster, try to think of your type layout. Where do you want it to place? You can go wild. You can place it in the corners, in the center, and you can even manipulate the text. But here, I just place mine on top. So for this one, we have hey, hey. And as you can see, I'll show you what it looks like normal. This is already with applied color burn. But here's the normal. You can see it's very flat. And all you have to do if you want that blended look is apply the color burn. And you get that blended look. As I've said, it's really trial and error when it comes to what color the text should be, because the blend modes here are affected by the colors at the back, and it's really all about knowing. Actually, you don't know, but it's really all about the background color. Like, trial and error lang, guys. So you have to be check out with that, promise. I had to go through this entire thing to find a color I like. Because look, okay, this is bright. I didn't like that. So here, a more subtle, more purple. I like that. So find out what you like, guys. And then next, we have... So this one's more of an accent. And this one is using color burn as well. And as you see, as we layer it, it kind of has more contrast. It's really I guess cellophane, where everything on top, colors blending together, and it becomes translucent. So you can imagine that. And here's a box. This is just a normal box. It's a flat color. But when you put it on top of this, you see how it gives it a little more detail. So it's really about just having fun with the shapes, and kind of it's really up to you how you want to place this, because you could also just place it here if you want just that side to be darker. Just remember that color burn is to make things darker. So yeah, that area will be dark. We have this, just more text. So this one's still up to you with how you want to do it. And you can see how it's a different color again. And here we have color burn again. So yeah, it's really just layers and layers and layers. And one important thing I can note or tell you guys also is that color burn, so in the blend modes, there are these special 8 groups, and those are color burn, linear dodge, vivid light, linear light, hard mix, and difference. And all those, though they're called the special 8 because they react differently to the opacity. So if you can see on the top, left here, like not top left, but okay, the opacity, you can see that it's like 52%. So if I were to change this, the effect would be different. Look, it's a bit more darker now, but that's why it's really up to you how you want it to look. And I guess I wanted a more subtle color because we'll be adding more and more. So in any way, you can always go back to it naman if you want to change it or not. So yeah, that's another thing. Just another text on top with color burn. And this is color dodge. So yun na nga, as I said, the color burn's opposite is color dodge. And color dodge lightens the area. So I guess here, this is the effect. Like if you see, like one comment I've gotten with my type poster is that they kind of like how it looks like it's overexposed, like some film stuff. So I like adding it just for like a little, it really gives a little more depth. And then you can see, just it's like subtle detail. It kind of looks weird now, but that's only because, you know, we're here, we're just playing around, we're just having fun with the whole thing. You remember, like, we're just going for like a more grungy, more playful look. We're not looking for anything perfect. So yeah, we have that. If you want to add more light, like light pictures, whatever, you can add that. So yeah, that's like a light streak, whatever. And then next we have overlay. So this one is just another subtle detail. So this one's overlay naman. And yeah, overlay is part of like the soft light, hard light. And this group, how is this group like? Well, usually this group, like, it really just goes lighter. Like here, it's like, if you can see, I don't know if you can see the color here, but it's already light. So yeah, you can see. So yeah, that's like a little touch to it. And that's it. Like, I lay it out first talaga. And yun, as you can see, it's all in different layers. So you can always just go back to any layer, and you don't like this text and how it looks like that, you can always change the opacity if you want to try to make it like deeper or darker. It's really like trial and error. And it's, yeah, just like have fun with the layers. So you can always go back to it. Anyways, after you're done laying it out here, you can already export it. But if you're in Photoshop, well, okay, you can just leave it be. But you might have to flatten it, because how I do it is that I export it and I already play with it. Like, I'll be showing you how I add like the more intense textures. If you can see, well, we're gonna be going for like a look like this, something more friendly. So yeah, this is gonna be the final output. So there, it's literally the same, but you can see the textures being added here. And I'll show you how I add the textures.